Presentation.
Great to have you with us here. Exactly 1 hour's fishing time left for our first flight. Competitors, full field out there today. First flighters due back in at 3 p.m. because that is when the weigh-in starts, right here on Bassmaster.com. We'll write that down. We'll keep reminding you for the next hour. That is for sure. That's the way the unofficial scoreboard looks right now. The leaderboard showing Bill Lowen. Huge lead at top, huge afternoon. The man from Indiana, Bill Lowen, really stepping out today. Evan Kung, the rookie, right behind him. Seth Feider, former Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year, and former Rookie of the Year, Jay Shakura. Rounding out our top four there, including Cifuentes after that, Brandon Card, Caleb Kufall, and the rest. Tell you what, let's take a look at what we have seen today as we turn to our Toyota Midday Report. Here with 1 hour fishing time left to go till weigh-in. Start with Brandon Card. We started with him first today, Davey.
We absolutely started with him, and he started with us. We're always glad to see those first fish that come across. And Brandon Card got going this morning. Not expecting for the wind to be blowing a crescent late like it was yesterday. And it was blowing even more than it was yesterday for Brandon Card.
Yeah.
Using a 1/2 ounce Advantage spinnerbait, willow leaf and Colorado blade combination, fishing boat docks in Crescent Lake. We have not seen another boat doing that around Brandon Card.
No.
So good for him. He got all the wind he wanted and then a little some. Was able to put a solid limit in his boat. Doesn't have quite the weight he had yesterday. Brandon Card with 20 pounds even in 6th place yesterday. Had a few fins get in his hand. He had to go spend 3 hours in the emergency room last night, but he's all good and catching lots of fish on a spinnerbait today in Crescent Lake.
Brandon's best finish here previous to this was in 2019. He was finished, finished 19th, in 2022. And he's on track to do better than that this year. So that's certainly an upgrade. And he has just stayed with the program. He said, I'm going to stay with the program as best as I can today. And he has had the discipline to keep after it and pretty much hasn't stopped catching fish.
It's funny you mentioned 2019. Brandon told me last night. Then in 2019, he caught his fish in Crescent Lake. Kind of goes to what you say, Rick. They're not there every year, but every so often you can do well on these boat docks in Crescent Lake.
Jay Shakura started out at the Springs today, where obviously he had some success yesterday and was a little slow. He had to make some moves later just to get something going.
Yeah, Jay Shakura, day one leader, 24 pounds, 15 ounces. Caught most of those fish. I think all of them weighed in before lunchtime yesterday. Today, a much slower day. Only about 9 pounds or so. He's only got 33 pounds, 13 ounces, but that's good enough for 4th place. He's not the only one that has struggled a little bit today. Jason Curritt still in the hunt, no doubt about it, with 33 pounds, 13 ounces. Been a lot more difficult for him here today.
A lot of sight fishing today for the man from Wisconsin. So Jay wasn't able to hang on to that lead, but he was, I don't think anyone could have hung on to it in facing the onslaught that Bill Lowen laid down on this place this afternoon. I mean, it was an incredible sequence of fish catches.
Yeah, Bill Lowen, I think every fan that watches Bassmaster Live is a fan of Bill Lowen's. Everybody likes to see him do well. He's so consistent. Only one Elite Series victory in his 20 years fishing the Elite Series, and I think everyone was cheering for him to win that tournament. Everyone's happy for him to be having a good tournament here. A great day today, man. Things were shining down on Bill Lowen here for about a 30-minute stretch. He caught a 4.5, a 5, and a 5.13. Currently our unofficial leader with 45 pounds. Bill Lowen with a big lead. And I don't think anyone saw this coming today with somebody having a 10-pound advantage over 2nd place. Not even Bill Lowen and his biggest fan, his wife, and I'm sure she'll be there this afternoon, Rick, screaming at the top of her voice.
Oh, yes.
She may already be hoarse. After watching
Just from
this.
yelling at the TV, absolutely. Well, Bill Lowen, these guys at this level, they have to be able to not just catch them in Catch Fest. They ought to be able to take on tough conditions, and Bill Lowen has long been known for a guy to turn to when things are tough, when pickings are slim. Here's a guy that can step up and get it done. Let's go back out to him right now.
Yeah, he's gone from being the hunter to the hunted tomorrow.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
That's a different mood. I like his odds.
I wonder how you're feeling right now. Well, I'm feeling pretty good. Just had a really big one come up and try to get my jig, just kind of tracking behind it, and he never got it. It's just been an awesome day so far. I can't complain. I mean, every decision I've made has been right on the money, and I caught a good one that got me wrapped up in a tree earlier today, and just one of them days where every decision you've made has been good, and you don't have a lot of days like that, and you never take them for granted, but it's been fun so far. I just caught another one that's got me, I think I'm a little over 24 now, so yeah, feeling pretty good. I'm going to try to catch one more good one. I told myself if I catch 2 more that don't help, I'm going to leave, because I don't want to be burning fish that I'm going to need for tomorrow, or maybe potentially, hopefully the next day. So we're just going to fish our way out of here. And like I said, if I catch 2 that don't help, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Get back down the river. The wind's been blowing all day. Just take our time going back, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. There's days you have on the water that there's nothing you can say about them, and today's one of them days. It's been a blessed day, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If he catches 2 more that don't help him, then he'll leave.
I've never heard it put quite that way before, but I see what he's getting at.
Yeah.
No, I think he's got his mind in the right place.
Davey and Rick, you always wonder if the outlook for the next 2 days is maybe not that great, maybe tough and tougher even. I mean, do you catch everything you can catch, or do you try to manage, try to save something for the next day? That's kind of a hard decision to make.
Oh, it's a $1 million question if you ask.
Yeah.
If you ask these 104 elite anglers, I bet you'll get probably about 50-50 the answer whether you should stay or leave.
Yeah.
Well, and with him, what you got to analyze for yourself is your pattern. And he knows enough what his chances are that pattern's going to hold up under the future conditions.
Yeah.
And I think he knows, and I would tend to agree. His pattern is going to be one of the best patterns in the future conditions.
It's one of the most trouble-free, probably.
Yes.
Yeah. Back to Lee Livesey, one of the big surprises of today. Had a big, strong day yesterday. Was totally pumped up about his chances today, and it's been very slow. Looks to be hooked up now, though.
Probably going to be a catfish.
Oh no.
I'm going to have my biggest bruise ever. Oh, man. 6 cents clap.
If anybody understands big bass, he does, because he lives on the Big Bass Lake and he's guided on it forever.
I think they're just punch drunk about the way the day's been going.
I think kind of a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he was negative.
And he was in the back. He was in the back. I think on that dock we just left. Dude, I don't know what hit my deal on. I must have hit it on that graph. He was knelt down with his head down, working on his camera, and I hooked one just like that. And it came just like that, and I just went and boat flipped it. Well, he had his head down. It hit him in the head. Went back in the lake. And the fish went back in the lake, and I boat flipped it again in the boat. But Jesse, he had his head down. He just heard the splashing. He felt it hit his head, then hit the water. He thought it was like a 10-pounder, and he got off, Jeez.
Holy crap.
I don't know what just happened. I wish my GoPro was facing backwards. I don't know what just happened. We're one bite away from fishing tomorrow, I know that.
So I think he tried to flip a fish in the boat yesterday and hit his Marshall in the head with the fish, and it sounds like maybe he did something very similar today.
Yeah,
with
got close anyway. Yeah, to the cameraman. We got there a little too late to get the full report.
Second fish moved him to 22nd place.
He'll make the cut. That's good.
Yeah, he's looking good for the cut. That's
Just ahead of Clifford Perch, who has our Phoenix Boats Big Bass, a 710, and just added a 4.6 for 17 pounds. He's 23rd. I'm from 80th.
from 80th. My goodness.
Clifford's, we've competed against each other in the U.S. Opens, and he's a tremendous West Coast angler, and he's come out here and done very well as well.
Okay, we just got the story there of what happened there. Cameraman Jake Latondras was adjusting his camera, bent over in the back, and Lee set the hook on that fish, came running toward the back, and tripped over Jake and almost fell out of the boat. So that's really sorry we missed seeing that.
Yeah.
This is
Just think this
unique.
cold front is just
Sending
kinda
his caster from
Finally
shallow
got
to
to the
deep on
fishing
docks.
a little bit. It's definitely died off for sure.
Caught the one
Yeah, the little
corner.
in that wall.
But that's got depth in it. You know, that's dredged out in there. The other thing that is helping his bite, because I know that lake real well, I bet he's got a half-foot more water in there than's normally in there due to that wind.
Piling up on the shore.
Yeah, it's pushing it over. Now that dock you can't throw under like he has been doing because they have chicken wired all the way around it.
Oh. Bill has the look of someone who spotted another boat. I don't know if that's the case or not.
No, I'm good.
Oh,
Thank you, Jason.
oh, that's.
Jason Christie.
Oh, wow.
Is that who that is?
He said, you remember that.
That's one person you don't want to see.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, if you want to invite somebody into your
said you
super
remember
special
that.
honey hole, that's might not be Jason Christie.
Hell, I'd do the same for him, you know? He knows that. That's why he's leaving.
Yeah.
That's why I wonder if Jason, if they had a little conversation and he realizes that Bill's got a, 23, 24 pound limit, or he's just basing this on him doing so well yesterday.
Yeah, could be.
Be interesting.
They know each other. They probably would communicate. You know, if he would ask what he was doing.
Now he done muddied up our waters. The hell.
The what?
And he muddied the water up idling out of there. Well, the alternative was he could stay and fish.
He went from Crescent all the way to here. That's a long ways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Brandon Card, it'll be interesting to see how Jason does today. Brandon Card mentioned that the only other boat that he saw yesterday was Jason Christie
Wow.
at Crescent Lake, and Bill just said, I guess Jason told him that he had been at Crescent, so he's been from Crescent Lake to north of Palatka today. Well, like maybe somebody took the chicken wire down, or
Does look like it.
it's most lakes it's illegal to
Is it?
make a barrier because it's public water.
Well, and back
different
when they
laws,
had
different
a lot
places.
Of hyacinths, I think they'd
Oh,
let them-
okay.
I think they would let them do that.
Oh, okay.
And it's been a few years ago, so.
Well, for both of these guys, the day's gone pretty well. They've had a plan, they've stuck to it, and it has more or less paid off. It's really paid off for Bill Lowen. Bill Lowen still on top, still 10 pounds ahead of the rest of the field. And we got more fishing time available for even for these first flighters. So stay with us, come right back.